All right. Ladies and gents, I don't know if we can edit in the probabilities later because there's the probability sheet might be updated at some point. But I will tell you this. The results are going to show on screen for people who watch this on YouTube later. And Group C is very interesting because you have Vinchester and Leary at the top. It's just a fight to see who's first and who's second there. And then from who's third place to sixth place right now in this group, it could all change. That's unreal to me. Third place could be sixth place, depending on how things go. And then you could have, vice versa. Sixth place in SongSong going up to third if all the results over the last week go their way. Now, SongSong and Capoch both have another round to play after this. This is a late round 4 match, and they play that over the next few days. Everybody else just has one round remaining. And we have Capoch in the blue playing as the Mongols here. He's picked the Mongols nice and early on his draft because Mongols have tons of hunt to use on this map, Jungle Swamp. Also, we're going to speed up a little bit because we are slightly behind live time. My apologies there. SongSong has gone for the Byzantines. Now, SongSong, I think, had a really good set against Slam. When he played against Slam, that was more the SongSong I was expecting. He only won 1 game, but he could have easily won 2 there. Slam also looked good for what it's worth. But he has had some weird moments, and some moments where I think he has shown a lack of confidence in his own abilities, and he's tried to go for, let's just say, unique picks and decisions. But up against Capoch, I mean, Capoch is a fantastic player, right? But it's not Vinchester, it's not Leary. I think SongSong should be feeling a little bit more confident. And I'm just a little surprised to see the choice of Byzantines. It was the last civilization on his draft. Now, I do think Byzantines have a knack, especially in mid-game, of dominating civilizations like the Mongols, but it doesn't seem like he's gone for the civilizations that people would normally go for. A lot of players will pick civilizations that have very fast starts, and this is not one of them. Now, Capoch did wall up nicely and beat Leary. He was the only player to win a game against Leary, which is awesome. I think both Leary and Vinchester have only lost 1 game. Vinchester losing 1 to Backed. Again, someone's going to lose between those two again because they're playing each other. But yeah, and when Capoch played, Capoch won for a lot of walls. And so that seems to be SongSong's approach. I mean, look at this. This is supposed to this is supposed to be a super open, aggressive map. Capoch is going to find that SongSong is already going to be fully walled by the time he arrives, most likely. Honestly, though, I don't mind this. I think other players have done it in the past. If you just get your walls down, the all-in scout play can't hurt you, and it is probably a very smart decision because that is what you are going to see from the Mongol player. So, I said it was a low-confidence pick. Maybe it's all part of the strategy. He's going to bring in his boar now. I don't know where this lady's going exactly. SongSong's going to fix that. All right. Yeah, SongSong's just staying at home, and SongSong's going to wall up. And then if the Mongol player isn't really able to use their scout advantage, they might need to switch into something else. And whatever else they switch into, the Byzantines, as you know, very cheap counter units with spearmen and skirmishers. They're normally going to do a pretty good job. Yeah, the gold safe, the woodline safe. The only thing that you are kind of denying from yourself is additional deer. There's over 100 deer on this map. And look at Capoch. Capoch has just been pushing in all the deer. But at the same time, his approach is for fast army. What players will do if they're thinking it's going to be a wall game is they'll go for 2 lumber camps because their eco will look a bit better in mid-feudal. They might even add 1 more villager. They're just more relaxed. Capoch has not scouted the enemy. I think he's going to be very surprised to see what he finds when he gets over there. Yeah, I think it's a good strat, Emperor. I really do. Because I'd say about 50% of the players, if not more than that, are always staying at home with Mongols pushing deer until they're in feudal. So they're just kind of counting on you being open. I don't know if Capoch has faced up against this before. SongSong, though, please don't lose your scout to the TC. SongSong. Okay, he's dodging. In the end, though, Capoch should chase that down, and Capoch should kill that scout. Capoch needs to kill that scout. What's going on? He's deciding not to chase it. The scout might survive. That could be a pretty big deal. Also, did Capoch not take this boar? It's pretty far away. I guess he's decided not to take that for now. Obviously, he could have done so. Anyways, the walls are up for SongSong. And SongSong is Byzantines as well. So all buildings have a bit more HP, which is always nice. SongSong even placing palisade walls. So he's shift queuing the palisade walls to be built after the villagers finish the trees. Which is also very smart thinking, because if he's not paying attention, he doesn't want scouts to get in. Is that a hole there? Why does that look like there's a hole? I don't think there's a hole there. But the way there's two end pieces makes me think there is a hole. And the way Capoch is just sitting there makes me think that there's a hole. He intentionally is not running through this. I swear to God, if there's a hole there and SongSong takes damage to scouts, I'm going to lose my mind. He is obviously going to make some spearmen, so maybe he'll be okay. But don't tell me, is there a hole there? Again, there's two end pieces. No! Oh my God, SongSong, bro. Well, okay, so at least he's got a spearman on the way. He does have to defend himself now and gets the quick walls down. Obviously, has created a lot of work for himself here, which is completely unnecessary. And Capoch is going to run in with another scout. You've got to be kidding me, man. SongSong, you had the strategy down. You just had to finish those walls. Now, what you have to pay attention to here is the idle time. Look at all these villagers. They're heading over to build the next one. How quickly you send villagers back to work after quick walling is always important. Here, you've got this villager trying to save himself. Capoch is trying to run in, getting poked. In the end, I guess it could have been way worse. And, wow, that's a nice T90 farm there. And SongSong should be able to clear this up. But obviously made a lot more work for himself there and wasn't able to focus on things quite as nicely as he would have wanted to at home. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness, man. SongSong, you've got to be desperate for wins, but is it a bait? I honestly think this might, in some ways, work out for him, but Capoch goes in for the Weakville. Doink. Get him. Got him. Nice job there, Capoch. Capoch has really done a nice job with his micro since he got in here. I think he correctly decided not to run in with the other ones, too, against the spearmen. Now, behind this, right, you're able to take all this extra hunt if you're Capoch. So, you know, his uptime could be insane here. Yeah, okay, so walling up is smart if you're expecting a lot of pressure, but you kind of need to be competing for that hunt. I know you're up against Mongols and they hunt faster, but you've got no army to be able to disrupt the Mongols from taking their hunt. This is very reminiscent of how Capoch had played against Winchester. Another villager gets sniped. Capoch with an amazing start. Also, Capoch lost a villager, and I don't know how. It says that he lost a villager, so I'm going to assume that maybe he didn't have loom and ran into an animal or something. I'd have to go back and check that. But anyways, it was round one, I think. Capoch versus Winchester, and Capoch got destroyed 3-0. Wasn't even close. Capoch had Chinese on this map, and he pretty much did the same thing. He tried to wall and play safe and conserve his advantage. And Winchester made like 6 or 7 scouts. Winchester took all the hunt, and then Winchester went up to Castle Age and went Night Siege. And I think Capoch is going to do the same exact thing here. This is really well played from the Argentinian. Anyways, these weak scouts probably will not find any more kills. I love how Capoch was still able to get some damage done. He sees an overchop there. He's trying to weave his way around. This might be the end for this group of scouts. Capoch won't care too much about that. I think, so I've said this a lot about SongSong. He plays very well against players he plays a lot in the ladder. Like Slam was a great example of that. And players that he's even skill with or above. Like he is a clear sign of someone who plays very well when they're not under a ton of pressure. Obviously, he's gotten to this level. He's top 24. And you've had to work your way through some big names and events to get here. But like, look at how many vills he has queued right now, for example. This is a tournament stress thing, right? Having this many vills queued, and then, oh my God, I have to cancel those. I can actually cook up to Castle Age. Realizations like that can become a big problem. Have you considered turning off the under attack alarm? No, because there's instances where I really need that. I think turning it off later in the game would be nice. But yeah, I did bring that up recently. I feel like, you know, it might be nice to do in later stages of the game. But as a player as well as a caster, right, I realize things because a lot of the way capture age works is like the game works. I would need to have some of that. Anywho, Blacksmith Market here for SongSong. He's looking to click up. You can see this villager's on the move right now for Capoch. 17-minute castle age time is just not something you can pull off with any other civilization, or is not something you can pull off if you wall. I should take it back. I think you could actually pull that off with some of the other civs out there, like maybe Magyars, maybe Hindustanis. Civs that we've seen picked a lot on this map. The Knights are going to be coming forward for Capoch. He's not investing into any farms. He just continues to place more mills on hunt. That is his food income. So if this doesn't work, then he could have some problems later on. Obviously, this farming eco is looking really good for SongSong. And I think an important thing that Capoch is going to need here is a monastery. I'm a little concerned for him because he doesn't have a lot of wood right now. He's going to actually take a fight against the Spearmen, which would be a good fight. Should be easy kills. At the end of the day, Spearmen are just a feud lage unit. Knights with upgrades, they still are going to tank pretty hard there. Okay, he's going to add the siege now, and he's just trying to pressure the wood line. I mean, he still has so much time. So much time to be able to add a monastery. Looks like the funny bots have showed up today. What's up? Also, Booyan, we will be doing no Gold League casting over the next 3 days. Everything's Platinum focus. We got many important... I mean, Platinum basically finishes over the next few days. Gold is staggered to be a week behind, so it's possible that I will cover more golds later on, but got way too much plat to finish. And in this group in particular, well, we've got 3 out of the 4 groups. We're really just up in the air still. This one, it's crazy how we could have 3rd place go to 6th and 6th go to 3rd and so on. And there's the siege. Okay, so now... SongSong's been adding Spearmen to upgrade into Pikemen. When it's Pikemen, you start to feel a little better about the situation. Now there's Siege here. This pressure continues for Capoch as he's looking to break in. Still would love the idea of a monastery, but he's just adding his own camels to just match the opponent's camels, which I don't mind. Does leave you a little exposed, though, if the opponent has a lot of pikemen. Also, like the attention to detail there from Capoch, as he didn't want to use the siege to weaken his own units. He seems to be paying very close attention to the front right now. He denies the gold. He sees the pikemen. Okay. Now he knows there's pikemen. Now he knows his opponent has switched off the gold. Here he goes to the left side. I mean, SongSong has not died yet. SongSong is alive. I don't know if you could say he's well, but he is alive. He is going to need access to gold. But at the same time, he's got quite a few pikemen, so maybe not. Oh, man, can you imagine one more shot? That'd be 5 villagers down. Army count is 14 versus 17. Byzantines can thrive in situations where they play into their very cheap pikemen. And the second TC up is up for SongSong. He's even going to get the gold over here with the third TC. Dang. I think the siege hits are going to be the most important thing here for Capoch. But Capoch has now realized, well, you know what? I'm going to have to boom a little bit as well. I'm not killing this guy. He will kill this villager, though. So 8-3 eco KD. I guess it's 8-4 again because Capoch lost the villager somewhere. The pikemen don't have any upgrades. But pikemen not having... Or, sorry, they have 1 upgrade. That's going to be fine versus the camels. I think it's just the siege that's going to be a problem there as this monk backs away. And there's so many instances in this game where I'm frustrated for SongSong and then impressed with SongSong. SongSong has shown in the same game why he's maybe last in the group, but also why he's in this group in the first place, why he is here in the first place. This is a really good job from him. He could bring this one back, guys. And the thing about Capoch's position is, it says he's got 0 on food. The guy needs hunt. He's got so all in. He actually stopped taking hunt, and he doesn't have any farms. Dang. So total KD right now. Oh my God. I was looking at the wrong KD. I'm stupid. Okay, so eco KD. I was looking at the normal KD. I'm going to have this all on the same screen soon, by the way. I think it'll make life easier for everybody. Yeah, there's the eco KD right there. But if you look at the idle TC time, not too bad for SongSong. Plus, SongSong has had 3 TCs. Monk, though, to run away from the siege and does do so. Yeah, that farming eco, very important. Capoch, still. I mean, he's mixing in farms. He's desperate. He's mixing in farms without horse color. I still think it's very important for Capoch to continue to snowball this and apply pressure. Now, this type of push can eventually win you games. So it doesn't feel like he's doing anything right now, but clearing out these buildings to be able to push the TC and then everything else is behind it is huge. Now, there's a couple different things you can do in SongSong's position. You can add your own siege, which I think is the right play. You could also go for Redemption Monks, and you could try and convert the siege. That's a bit risky for him right now. He just has monks in here in case Capoch is going to dive to take out his siege. And both of these players need to get results today, otherwise they could be relegated out of Platinum. There goes SongSong. He fires uphill. He doesn't hit his shot, but he's going to dive anyways. And there's no monks, guys. There's no monks here for Capoch. There's a lot of camels from SongSong. He will clear up all the siege, and Capoch's push here has pretty much been pushed back. I mean, it might not exist much longer. The sad thing is that you had a lot of the army chasing that Scorpion. But SongSong, with the power of the Byzantines, on a map with 100+ deer against the Mongols. Wow, what a play, man. What an interesting play. Yeah, Capoch is forced to run. He cannot engage against this. There's too many camels. Capoch is probably like, are you kidding me? He's killed 0 villagers from me. How on earth is this happening? And now he's probably freaking out because his eco is all out of whack. But don't worry, I don't think this game is over. It's nice from Capoch there. He snipes the monk. I don't think this game is going to be over at all because Capoch has 53 villagers and saving up stone for a castle. I'm sure he's going to be able to start making Mangadai, which will be a natural counter in the long run to the Byzantines with their camels. And then there's pikemen. SongSong, this would be a great time to start using those monks to get relics because this game could go late. His economy is looking pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good as he gets his Castle Age wood upgrade now. Also, I don't know if either player has husbandry, but obviously getting husbandry would be important. For Capoch, I think a big thing I've been looking at is that horse collar upgrade. He had to seed a lot of farms pre-horse collar, which makes sense. But now certainly in a position where I think he needs to get it. Having bloodlines will affect his Mangadai. He's going to drop his castle here now. It's a good castle spot. I mean, it's a very open map. And Capoch deciding to make a market here also makes a lot of sense to me. Is this the first time SongSong will make it to Capoch's base? Kind of. He did have that scout earlier now that I just thought about. But yeah, the problem in the long run here for the Byzantine player is going to be what's your army composition against Mangadai? And if this castle goes up safely, which it looks like it will, it'll start to make those Mangadai. So SongSong may need to consider pushing an area where that castle is not. Also, James, I'm having a good day. Got a really good workout in before the stream. Crazy sets where so much matters. Also, Kenneth, are you still there? I feel like a really bad streamer. Now I'm having a worse day. With 3,000 stars says you're cool, and that was it. And I completely missed it. So I just like looked past that compliment and looked past that support. Is anyone else really excited for SongSong right now? The fact that someone can go from 6th to 3rd potentially within a couple days is mind-blowing to me. And look at SongSong. He chews up the camels from Capoch. Capoch only has 1 Mangadai, and he's going to drop a castle in Capoch's face here. He's got a 15-villager lead. There's nothing Capoch can do to stop this castle. Nothing. There's far too much military. I'm loving life. I'm loving how SongSong's playing this. Putting Capoch under a lot of pressure. And Capoch has played so well. Remember, he took a win off of Leary. I think he took a win off of... No, he hasn't played Slam yet. He won 2-1 against Backed as well to open up Titans League. This group has been insane, man. Also, love the little ring of houses here from Capoch. That's funny to me. I can't wait till he gets Town Patrol later on. He probably will never research that, but I feel like just for science, he needs to research it. And now SongSong sees the Mangadai, so he understands that eventually this will be out of hand for him. I think that makes the forward castle so important because he's doing a lot of damage. I actually don't mind him taking this fight at all. And oh, the repathing for the Mangadai! Thankfully, they're fast. They're going to run away. Casts are freaking out for no reason. Like, not really, though. Like, this is a TC that you did not want to build. This is a town center you build to keep villagers protected. These villagers are still not protected. Another castle could come up for Capoch, but SongSong is prepping ranges on the front. And that's the right play. Playing into skirmishers and arbalest That's going to be your go-to when Mangadai are out. Mangadai are one of the best range units in the game, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of resources to get them. This is what Capoch can see, by the way. I like that. He's going to run forward now. He feels like he's got himself protected. He'll have a castle over here. And then he'll also have a castle over here. So, yeah, overall, he's pretty protected from this army. Wondering if Capoch spotted this. Yes, Capoch now sees as he brings back relic number 3 that this army's coming to his base. And, sorry, I meant to say SongSong sees it. SongSong is a bit behind on upgrades. Same for Capoch, but you've only got crossbow now. He doesn't have that many ranged units. And he does actually need a force to deal with this. Like, this is really awkward to deal with. He's gone forward buildings, doesn't want to send his units home. That's understandable, but Capoch using the mobility now is going to force SongSong to defend with units from home, and that's going to take time. So we have Bodcanero on the way for Capoch. We have Pikemen coming back. I still think Pikemen can take a pretty decent trade. There's a lot of them, and there's not that many Mangadai. But liking how this game's developing a bit more for Capoch, he does have to worry, though, that SongSong is going to be in the Imperial Age soon. And SongSong has 2 Treb targets. He has this, and he has this castle over here. And now it's his turn to make a panic TC. This town center could actually be denied, but a lot of the Mangadai have gone down, I think. No, actually, they're in there. Yeah, SongSong, he's going to lose this TC, I think. Here, some of the camels are going home. You see how he thought that he could deal with it originally, and now he's realizing that he can. He misjudged it. So Eco KD now is going to be something like 15-6 in favor of Capoch. Overall KD is going to be in favor of Capoch. But can Capoch hold on? He's got a lot of villagers on stone. He doesn't have as much on food and as much on gold as he maybe needs here. Love that counterattack from Capoch, though. If he didn't counterattack, he would have all those crossbows as a base right now. And honestly, pretty decent micro as well. Like, could have lost more Mangadai in those engagements. Now we have Arbalest on the way for SongSong. He's going to chew up what he can of the crossbows before they're upgraded. And now he runs away with the Mangadai. And now we have the first Trebuchet for SongSong. Still, at the end of the day, Imp is already in for SongSong. He's only 4 villagers behind, which isn't a big deal. And he's got more army. He has so much army. How can the Byzantines do this? His approach was as safe as possible in the early game. Even made some mistakes. And now we have Mangadai in. Uh-oh. I didn't expect this as a caster. I'm not sure if SongSong is going to expect this while he's playing. Oh, he hasn't reacted to this. This could be massive. He could lose so many villagers to this. Guys, he's looking on the front. And he's looking at this army as he's trying to deal with it. Now he reacts. Lovely, lovely, lovely counterattacks from Capoch. And Capoch is not finished, by the way. He's going to get more kills. He's making another castle. He's going to add ranges, which is normally a bad sign. That makes you think that he might try and go skirmishers. But I still love how this game is developed. SongSong still trying to chase down these Mangadai. Has ballistics. Should be able to kill most of these as they run back. Those Trebs just need to keep pumping right now if you are SongSong. Also, villagers getting killed over here. 2 trebuchets. They are protected. Sometimes players will run out and snipe these Trebs if they're not protected. So that's protected. The Mangadai in the middle were dealt with. The Mangadai here might be dealt with. And we have another castle now from SongSong. Not a lot is going wrong for SongSong here. And I'm going to change the speed. That might have been a spoiler for us, guys. Sorry, but there's a spec delay and I have it on fast forward. That could happen. And I'm just going to say what I was thinking about saying. I just don't think Capoch can recover from this. His Mangadai will get cleared up. There's Arbalest everywhere. He will lose all of his castles. And Mongols have very weak skirmishers compared to other civilizations because of lacking the final armor upgrade. And it's not cheap. You're paying full price. So you're behind in economy. You're paying full price for the elite skirms. Your opponent can add elite skirms that are very cheap in comparison and stronger. That's before we talk about other things, too. If we really wanted to get excited, we could talk about the Cataphract. And I just love SongSong's position right now. I see there's no way back for Capoch. And I do think we are going to be close to seeing the GG. Look at this. He's going to just reposition himself. He knows that if there's any chance for Capoch, he's going to have Eco in the back. So he's got the front protected. He's going to be trebbing here as well. And pushes Capoch into the corner. He's already running to with some army. Dang, man. Dang, this is crazy. This really makes things spicy. To those watching live, we have a probability doc. And I would suggest looking at that probability doc. It gives you the probabilities of players getting certain positions over the last couple days of this league. And as I've said like 3 times already, I'm just going to restate it again. Look at the doc because that's where the data gets really exciting. And I'll show it right after this game completes. But, you know, SongSong's being in last place still has the potential to go all the way up to 3rd. Every single win matters for every player that is not Vinchester and Leary. All right, so for the next game, I'll know if they use a spec delay not to have fast forward on, but just so we can look at the doc, and since this game has been obviously over for a bit here, I am going to turn the fast forward back on. Sorry for that speed up, giving us a spoil that the game was going to be over. I'm not a fan of that, and I'll fix it. But yeah, this is over. We have Cavalier switch coming in now for SongSong. That would finish the game if it's even necessary. Again, Mongol skirms I don't think are strong enough. The GG's called SongSong takes the first win. Well, who would have thought that we would be here? SongSong gets his second win of the whole thing in his second to last round. And he's playing as the Japanese here on Capoch's home map. And I'm excited. Capoch has gone for the Dravidians. Now, I don't want to pat myself in the back, because I would never do that. However, I have been the guy saying that Dravidians are basically Japanese 2.0 for the last couple months. I think more and more people are going to get used to using the Dravidians on hybrid maps, and they're going to play out similarly to Japanese on those maps, on water maps, and then also I think very similarly in situations where it's just land maps too. Japanese are known for early game flexibility. Dark Age and Feudal Age, they're quite strong and flexible. The longer the game goes, they're normally going into skirmishers, and they're normally going into Arbalest, and then they just kind of feel inflexible from there. Feels the same for the Dravidians, but Dravidians have some pretty exciting bonuses. They get 5 pop space from each dock, which is going to help them when we see the dock. They receive plus 200 wood when they arrive to each age. I think I would prefer the Japanese because I think having the cheaper lumber camps and the mills and the mining camps is better because it helps you earlier. Also, having the tanky fishing ships could always be helpful for later on. But I do have some concerns for Japanese if there is a lot of skirms in the mix from Dravidians later. Because Japanese knights are not the strongest ever. Also, Dravidians, I don't even think they can make knights. So we might not see many knights in this game. But yeah, anyways, the Japanese knights are not really the strongest, and Dravidian skirmishers fire really fast. Yeah, I don't think the extra pop space from the dock is going to be quite as helpful on this map as it might be on a few others out there. But if you're thinking water builds, the issue you tend to have with a water build is you get at this point where you have like, normally it's around 15 and 20 population, where you want wood for a fishing ship, you're creating villagers, but then you also need wood for a house. And so being able to just place a dock and not have to place a house to take you up to 20 population is very, very nice. I guess it'd be up to 25 population depending on your build. Japanese knights have full upgrades in castle age. They do. They do. And, you know, the map being Atacama. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got a drush. Wait a second. Wait a second. This guy's not placing cheap lumber camps yet. He's drushing right now. And that means he won't dock either. This is a complete meta-breaking build here from SongSong. Capoch saw the barracks. Oh my god, Capoch saw the barracks. That's huge. Capoch saw it. I was going to say, why is he walling up his vills? Because he saw it. Oh, Capoch should be so excited for himself now. Guys, using 175 wood to drop a barracks to go for the militia, that's all about killing villagers. If you don't kill villagers, you are not going to have a dock. You're not going to have fishing ships. Your eco is going to be out of whack compared to the opponent. As SongSong is coming over here, this is weird. Because he saw small walls. He's also bringing 2 villagers. I don't understand why he's bringing... Is he going to wall it in? I think he was hoping to fight with his vills and then wall in the lumber camp to make it, you know, a very lamey game here. But So far, so good for Capoch. Here's that dock. Pay attention to his population space. See what I mean? It takes him up to 25 pop. Otherwise, he would have needed a house. He was actually building a house here, which he should probably delete. And SongSong figures, well, I'm not killing villagers, which is what I really need to do, because I'm not going to have fishing ships. So let's just take those berries away from the guy. Kind of an awkward spot for Capoch still. You could, in theory, pull 4 villagers to fight this back. It's not going to be easy, though. I think in the end, he's going to be happy to just push it away with the 2 villagers, head back to his TC. But I think the name of the game here is just securing your wood line. And he has that. And he can take his llamas for now. So as long as he has wood, I think he could give up the berries for the time being. And it should be a lot of potential for him in early feudal age. But yeah, normally, like, I feel like Japanese getting... And thank you for the stars party, guys. Thank you, James. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, guys. You guys are crazy today. Normally, my opinion on Japanese having fully upgraded Knights in Castle Age is that doesn't matter competitively. Because high-level players are never going to go deep into a unit comp that doesn't get better for them as the game goes on. But on this map, it's not a map that goes late anyways. So I do think that having full upgrades on Knights is going to be a difference maker. Potentially. So, SongSong has gone for a high-risk, high-reward strategy. I know he's walled off the berries, but I can't really tell you that this has made a difference. Also, if this were Viper, a gate would go up here, and these units would be trapped. I don't think Capoch will take the risk, but if he could delete a wall... Oh my god, please do it, Capoch. Please do it. I will give you a $2 bonus to your prize pool. $2 whole. Let's make it 20. Hey, delete this palisade and make a gate here, man. You could trap it all. Oh, I think he can, right? If you place a gate this way, you could hit it on the right, and it extends, what is it, 3 or 4 tiles? I forget now. Oh, you could definitely delete this and place a gate. Oh, please. The potential. The potential, man. He's not going to do it. If he would go for it, he would have done it already. He's making militia. Dravidians do have the cheaper barrack technology, so Man-at-Arms is dirt cheap. And he's just going to wait to clear this up. I mean, he can just kill it, right? The alternative is just to kill it instead of trap it. Yeah, you could trap with a house, but that requires your villager to run further, which is why I really like the idea of the gate. Also, there's an overchap there. Oh! That dumb villager should have made a gate. What are you doing, bro? Okay, well, in the end, Capoch might end up losing a villager here, which he won't be too pleased about. Let's see if he can get away. Now he's making some traps. Paying attention to the villagers. Obviously, villagers are going to die here. Honestly, this could have been much worse for SongSong, because the Man-at-Arms are not at SongSong's base yet. SongSong caused a bunch of idle time. And then also, this villager survives. So all things considered, I think, and also the scout for Capoch went down over here. All things considered, I think that, uh-oh, where are you going, lady? I think it could have been worse. I think it could have been a lot worse for SongSong. He gets the quick wall down. No, dead villager. Yeah, the way I see it is the militia and the villagers should have died a long time ago. Man-at-Arms could have been over here a long time ago. So it kind of keeps SongSong in a position where he might be able to survive. Obviously, for Capoch, though, we have double range archers for him, and it is going to be defensive towers for the Vietnamese player. I mean, he's going to need to get this tower down quickly. There won't be fletching it on the archers, so the villagers could survive, but I'd expect him to lose 1 or 2. He now is going to have stone to tower everywhere. Does have a dock up here, and we have a villager from Capoch sneaking to maybe try and stop fishing in that region. There's going to be 1 villager down. We now have a tower from Capoch. Yeah, Capoch has full control. But, guys, honestly, it's so all in to try and take out the villagers. And I'm a little disappointed by that because I don't think Japanese is a great pick for an all-in. I think Lithuanians with the extra food would be better for that. But he did get the first win, so I have to have faith in this guy's strategic outlook. The Byzantine pick was definitely out of the box. Capoch, though, looking to respond quickly. And I do not think this is going to be a long game. Capoch can dock this. Capoch can kill the fish there. He's still pressuring over here. This is going to be the 5th villager that goes down. Nope, villager survives somehow. You've got a whole lot of food if you're SongSong. You don't really have wood. Don't have gold now. Guess you are going to have wood over here for now. But again, Capoch could easily dock this. Capoch went 2 ranges too. So he's gone for a lot of army production. And it's pretty bad for SongSong. I mean, the guy is taking straggler trees. He does not have the consistent resource flow he needs to be able to make army. Dang. Not to be a complainy pants over here, but really wish you upload to YouTube in the same order as the cast. Spoiled Viper Classic Pro and the Miguel Say My Name match, which was uploaded before Viper Classic Pro. We're trying our best. We're trying our best. It's really tough, and I don't know in that specific instance to keep things in order. For the most part, we've done it all in order, but there is a concern because of the, what's the wording here? The requirements and how I can upload content very quickly from a stream. Like, for example, I can't just upload full 8 hours from one day's stream at the same time. You know, I have to space things out a certain way. So it's either we don't get the content out or the order can switch up from time to time and we have to make some compromises there. Thanks for the feedback. And I appreciate you prefacing that with not to be complainy pants over here. That definitely put a more positive light on it. I appreciate it. Okay, we have the micro. The skirms are working well for SongSong. He does also have an archer here, plus maybe some TC fire against the man-at-arms. The Capoch is maybe falling into a spot that he fell into in the previous game, where he went so aggressive, and then his eco wasn't maybe quite as good as he would have wanted it to be. But still, I mean, it's not like SongSong's eco is great. SongSong's eco is so crazy. It's hard to even make sense of this, all of this. And I think the key is just going to be the army numbers. And I mentioned before, Dravidians could play into a heavy skirm composition. Japanese could have some issues here. The skirmishers do fire really fast. But, you know, the micro continues for Capoch. He is killing the fishing ships now in this corner. And we are going to have full fletching, full armor. Capoch even repairing this tower so we can shoot this one down. Total KD right now, 15-10 for SongSong. He's still in this. Remember the previous game? I was like, he's dead. He's going to die. It's over. And then suddenly he brought it back. So he's not finished yet. Certainly having Japanese for the lumber camps that you need to place here for now is really nice. He could run over here for wood, though. I don't think either player really has the food eco to go into scouts at the moment. That would be what Capoch would want to do because it's only skirmishers from SongSong. But look how fast his skirmishers and archers fire. And there's no difference in firing speed on the archers compared to other Civs archers. But archers do reload a little bit faster than skirmishers normally. Actually, you might need to fact check me on that. But I believe that is the case, excuse me. I think it's more obvious, though, the difference in firing speed on the skirms when it's skirm v skirm battle. Capoch is not going to do that right now. He feels like he's got the numbers, and he feels like he has SongSong on the ropes. So if you want an example of the Dravidian skirmishers, maybe we'll have to wait for another game. But yeah, he's just able to group all these units together. Consistently has more army production. We have a tower here from SongSong. And SongSong is going to wall this up. Really well played. Also could place a lumber camp there. Yeah, if archers are firing faster than skirmishers typically, there's less of reload time, which is the case. I just don't know the exact stats on that. When you have both of them in the same group, you're able to get a lot more shots off in the same amount of time. As SongSong's in need of a market to balance his economy. He is placing a tower here, which is nice. It's always a battle for wood on this map. Honestly, both players need markets. SongSong has won the race to the market, it looks like. Here we've got very little competition for SongSong on the water. I think he just can't afford to make another fire galley. And now Capoch, who didn't see this tower, is running out here. mean, the army control for Capoch is great, but this sneaky little tower play from SongSong is incredible. It's not going to be very easy for Capoch to deal with this. Yeah, had he gone this way, he would have been fine. But he just simply didn't see that. And in moments where you're distracted here, maybe SongSong will take advantage of the fights. But again, they fire so fast. So much firing speed there. And yeah, Capoch places another lumber camp. He's going over here. I don't know, man. Look at the worker efficiency last minute. Just keep an eye on that stat at the bottom left. Maybe SongSong can bring this back because of these towers. This is all less than ideal. My goodness, this is so bad. Still, you've got fishing ships if you're Capoch, but you're slowly losing your army. And I'm sure that's going to get to his head a little bit as well. Here he had a villager go down, but the archers now run into the TC fire. These villagers are walking so far. And the tower's garrison, too. Villagers could die here. Oh, my God. The man is still alive. The funny thing is, what Capoch desperately needs right now is a market. And he needs wood for a market. And, okay, he now has the wood for a market. Then if he can buy some food, maybe he can head towards Castle Age. But they are both in ridiculous spots right now. I think at this point, building this many towers to defend a tiny little wood line or two is not a good sign for SongSong. He loses 2 villagers there. I would say that what you would want to do is take this wood. And I don't know if he has the freedom to do that, but that's certainly where I would have sent my villagers. I guess you do have to send them across the map then, which sucks. 53 eco versus 41. We have fishing ships that are over here and not working for Capoch, which is very sad. And now he's going to notice that. We do have a very late dock for SongSong in the south. And there's the market for Capoch. Honestly, I don't know if you really need to save all that stone. What about sell 200 of that and just buy some food? I would probably do that, and then I wouldn't have the stone for a castle later, and I'd hate my life. But maybe it's worth it here, just to make sure that you maintain this control heading towards Castle Age. Wow. Chat should be fine for most people. Is anyone else having issues with chat today? I heard one person say there was a bug. I just want to make sure we're good. Gotta love how these villagers are just chopping some trees over here. They don't know Capoch is chopping trees, and Capoch doesn't know they're chopping trees. They could all be friends. They probably wouldn't if they knew. And here comes these skirmishers and the archers. T90, I enjoy listening to your cast during my commute, but when you said Pikachu Plower, I lost it. That was so good. Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That was a whoopsie right there. Chat stopped for me. I'm on my phone. It's fine. I had to refresh. Gotcha. Okay. Well, keep me updated, I guess. I can mention something to them. They did get... I got, like, almost immediate feedback on it last time, and they fixed it, so... Chat issue here. My internet's bad. Is it like it was last week? Where... And we are going to see a castle drop from Capoch, by the way. He's a minute off from Castle Age. He should be able to win this game. But is it like last week? Where you had... Or where you could only see your own messages and you couldn't see anyone else's messages? Or what is it? Obviously, if your chat's bugged, you're not going to be able to tell me, which is kind of silly. I'm asking a question, but... Chat is popping up faster on the stream than my own window. Yeah, that was similar to what happened before. It's like last week. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Good to know. If it's only affecting some that's positive, I guess I'll let them know after this game. But I think Capoch is going to win this one. SongSong did a really good job to come back into it. I thought he was dead a long time ago. The 2 militia opening was denied because Capoch had excellent scouting, though. Capoch scouting that probably changed the game. If he doesn't scout that, he could lose access to his wood. He would lose multiple villagers to the militia. That's the whole idea of the strategy, is just surprise the opponent. They'd never expect it. Top tier scouting from Capoch. This castle will go down. I don't honestly love the castle spot. Would have preferred a castle over here maybe, but in the end, a castle's a castle. I think he's going to find the villagers here from SongSong, so he's going to be happy that he's zoning them off of wood. Maybe just needs to loop around with these villagers and get access to wood. There's a town center for him now. Will end up losing his fishing ships over here. I don't think he's going to be too upset about that at this point. He's got fish traps. He's got fishing ships over here as well. And SongSong is still sitting in feudal age. So I think SongSong realizes Capoch has him on the ropes. There were a lot of towers for SongSong, so I think it was a little hard for him to decide on where he wanted to place his castle. I would have liked for him to place it here, actually. Because then it would clear up these towers, and then he would have full control of the wood. But he committed to running to that side. He's got great army control now. And the Dravidians, man. As I mentioned, I think they're pretty good on hybrid situations. Obviously going to be quite good if your opponent doesn't dock early, though. And you got to question whether or not SongSong should be taking those risks if he really feels like he can make it. It's SongSong and Capoch. This is their round 4. Their round 5 is over the next few days, so we'll be seeing them again, and then that's it for their group stage. SongSong, I don't know. It's like, you know, on one hand, he surprises me with Byzantines against Mongols, and so you praise the guy for it. And then also, I think as a caster, I have to be critical of the choice here to go Japanese, such a good hybrid civilization, and go for the militia. Now, if it works, he looks like a god. High risk, high reward. That's the life you live. Still not resigning here. Still not wanting to give this one up. But it doesn't feel like he's going to have a lot when he makes it to the castle age. Here comes Capoch. Capoch going to drop an outpost. I think he just didn't know about these villagers. And he'll find these in a second, and then he'll be able to get some villager picks there. Honestly, wouldn't mind him. Well, I was going to say sitting underneath the tower, but SongSong knows it's a possibility and just blocks it off there. You think Armored Elephants was the better choice? I would disagree because Armored Elephants cost food. I think adding extra villagers with your food is the way to go here. But adding in some siege could have happened as well. He's starting to do everything. He's been harassing Eco nonstop. He's had multiple armies. He's got soon 3 town centers producing villagers. And he's slowly pushing these towers back. Yeah. But you know what I want to talk about again is like, what do you do with Japanese in an even game if the Dravidian player is on crossbow and skirmisher? You have no bonuses that work at that stage of the game. Their skirmishers fire faster. They have arbalest just like you. Sure, you get knights, but the knights aren't that great in the long run. I honestly think Dravidians is a great civilization for playing up against Japanese. These villagers trying to hide inside the tower, but it's been walled up, so Capoch will kill these. SongSong will have to delete a house or delete a wall to be able to get through. I'm sure SongSong's distracted, so he's not going to see that. He will make it to Castle Age, but it might be Castle Age into GG here because this is looking really bad. SongSong will know that Capoch played on for a long time in game number 1 after Capoch was dead. Remember, Capoch didn't want to call it. We have knights as the choice. Yeah, the answer is you would have to play with your own siege. To the question I brought up earlier. But again, you know, it's like not playing towards any bonuses there at that stage. And man, I think the best way to sum this game up is SongSong took a massive risk to get ahead. And the risk didn't pay off. And then Capoch took the lead and never really lost it from there. But it was a close game with the KD. 63-66. Economically, though, it was not very close for a very long time. As Capoch responds and wins on his home map. Again, both of these players need wins desperately. And they both have one now. And it was more wood, more food, more gold. It was only more stone there for SongSong. He was pretty far behind there in that game. I'm excited to see what happens here in game number 3. Again, to recap, so this is the last game of round 4 for this group. They will both have another play all 3 after this. As it stands with these results, SongSong has 2 wins and Capoch has 4 wins in total. And then you have Backed at 5 and then you have Slam at 3. So it literally goes 5, 4, 3, 2, which is awesome. And we'll see who gets that 1 additional victory. We'll shake up the results either way before Capoch has to play Slam in the final round and SongSong has to play Backed. We have Britons for SongSong. He chose not to go for the Gurjaras or the Burgundians. Those were his other choices. And then we have the Mayans for Capoch. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, Capoch was the one who chose not to go Gurjaras or Burgundians, whereas SongSong chose not to go for the Huns or the Lithuanians. And I do like the Britons pick. I think Britons have the highest potential out of all the civilizations that were remaining for SongSong. Obviously, for Capoch, I feel like he picked some really solid civilizations, with the Burgundians and the Gurjaras being there as well. But you can't go wrong with the Mayans in most cases. Also, you can't go wrong with this map. With a bit of walling here, he has scouted that wood line. He's going to be fully protected in the back. Tons of wood. This is an interesting generation as we have a pause here. Hopefully, it's just a pause because they have to like fix a keyboard or something. But I'm just going to double check as admins do to make sure there's no bugs here. And I would say the front of your base is obviously very open, which could be an issue here, and you could still receive a lot of pressure from the Britons. But being able to have safe wood lines and golds from that range later is going to be very nice. And here we go. It will be really interesting to see how well people who performed really poorly in Platinum do in Gold and people who did really well in Gold do in Platinum. Yeah, I think it's going to be... I think like half the players who get promoted from Gold are going to get completely stomped in Platinum. And I think half will be competitive, do very well. I think it's going to be the same with, in a similar light with the players who go from Platinum down to Gold. Like, I think half the people who get relegated from Platinum are going to destroy and come back up. And then half the people might struggle a bit more. I will maybe make a more in-depth prediction video on that. But honestly, like, some of my predictions have been way off with Gold already. For example, a Draken winning his group already before he even plays his final round in Gold. I had predicted Fire would win that group. So, I mean, you do have some crazy things. I can't wait to talk about that once we find the time. But okay, so you're thinking archers long-term for both of these civilizations. The problem for Mayans would be while your archers are cheap, the Briton player has more range. So most archer players are going to prefer the Britons because of the extra range. So I'm going to assume we're going to see an archer opening for both players. Capoch, though, I think is gearing up towards... Oh, he's gearing up towards a mill, actually. For a second there, I thought he was going to go for a barracks, and I was wrong. Here he is with the eagle. He's going to see these palisade walls. He might choose to be annoying to see if SongSong's actually going to finish the wall. And there he moves away. So far for SongSong, very defensive play. He's already walled, so he's expecting some type of militia to come in, which Capoch loves to do, and he's just pushing in more food. Just subbed, started following you almost exactly when I started painting 5.5 years ago. Your stream followed me during all my painter's journey. I'm very close to being able to make a living out of it now, and my energy and motivation would not be the same. The rest of the message is cut off. I'm going to imagine you're going to say would not be the same without Force Nothing T90. I love you so much. Please marry me. That's probably what you said, right? I'm sorry. I made that up and that's stupid. But hey, congratulations on that. 5.5 years is a long time, so I can't imagine what it was like back then. In some ways, well, in many ways, things were a lot worse. The game knowledge was worse. Maybe my jokes were better back then. I don't know. Probably ran out of all my good jokes by now. But congrats on that, and congrats on following your passion, man. Thank you for the support as well. That was exactly it. Aha! I knew it. We've known each other for a long time. Of course I would know that. Dang. So after this series, we have Velez versus Yo in Group B. Doesn't have the greatest level of importance compared to some of these other sets, but still is something that's going to be interesting to follow to see where those players plays. I think there's a very tiny chance that Yo could potentially not advance out of the group if he doesn't perform well against Velez, so we'll break that down. That series started around the same time as this one. I'll cast that as Unspoilered Rex. After that, we have live Leary versus Vinchester from this group. And again, as I've stated, those players are both going to be moving on out of the group stage at number 1 or number 2 spot. So it is important, but also it's not that do or die situation for those two. It'll be a fun series, though, and I imagine very competitive. And after that series, we're going to cast Broa versus Dragonstar, which is a do or die series that happened, I believe, a few days ago. Still haven't covered that one. And I'm excited to see what can happen there. as I think those two are both tied for the bottom in their group, Group B, but anything can change there. Group B is a situation where Barlsborough and Dragonstar have kind of been fighting to see which two go down and which person stays alive for the next group, next season. All right, so I want to look at the scouting here for SongSong. To my eyes, it looked pretty good. He didn't actually see the barracks, though. So Capoch is moving forward. To not see the barracks is pretty bad, because he's going to just assume he can do some things over here, and he's going scouts. Not gone to gold. Gone for 2 lumber camps, and he tried this up against... I think it was the exact same Civ matchup, and he had tried this up against Vinchester. That was 3 weeks ago. And the stable is going to go up, and I recall a very similar situation in that game as well, where his villagers got trapped. I mean, this is perfect timing for Capoch. He won't be able to deny the stable, but idling these 2 villagers is not too bad. I would say bring a spearman immediately here if you're Capoch. We'd make it that much more difficult to deny this. I think we might see a world where SongSong chooses to attack that spearman if the spearman's coming forward. It's never ideal, but it would be twice as bad if the spearman is with the rest of the group. And also, we might see a world when he gets like 3 or 4 scouts where he deletes the walls and the villagers fight alongside the scouts because he needs to clear this 8 as soon as possible. Am I wrong, or is the spearman... Where is the spearman? Oh, he sent them both home. Dang, okay, so Capoch playing very passive. He will probably go 2 archers, 2 spearmen here in a second. But I will say the timing on this is crucial. Because, oh, here he goes. He's through, but SongSong's going to take the fight. Ah, man, I wish SongSong would have run away, like had his villagers more protected, but this is still the idea of it I talked about earlier. You clear this. I guess losing 1 villager is not too bad, and now he can get his walls down. And so if those spearmen would have made it forward, it would have been a completely different fight. Now SongSong is able to make some skirmishers in theory, and maybe he'll be okay. And Capoch was worried that those scouts would come to his base. Understandable. And now his follow-up attack could be a whole lot worse because of it. So interesting to see Horsecollar be researched. I mean, his TC is going to be super idle because he tried to squeeze out Horsecollar so his farms would last a long time. I said super idle. I guess it's not going to be that bad, but still. So I think that was pretty solid for both players. For SongSong, he still has 4 scouts. And he only lost 1 villager. For Capoch, he was probably going to lose his army. Anyways. And he killed a villager at least. I do think that other players we've mentioned today, like Vinchester Leary, I think they get a lot more value from Capoch's situation. But this is not going to be bad. Especially if he gets the archers over here and boom, just like that kills another villager. And he could kill more as well. Oh, Capoch is going to be loving life. 3 villagers killed. And playing with the civilization that started with an extra villager. Here he also defends himself very nicely. Interesting wall. When he walled like this, he could have easily tried to wall on the right, but it's like he realized that this would be a concerning area anyways. You don't see that very frequently. I don't know. I know some players do like going scouts with Britons, but I do not like playing towards a unit comp that doesn't flow with my civilization all that well. And I'm a guy who loves to go scouts, don't get me wrong. I think using the sheep bonus to bring in more food and open with scouts is pretty good, but at the same time, you did delay playing into ranged units. You kind of played into the hands of the opponent who was potentially going to go for an early man-at-arm play. Didn't have the defense for that you needed, and now you're behind by 3 villagers. SongSong is walling up. Right now, he's got skirmishers, so he's hoping to trade against those archers. Also, these scouts could always get value. You never know. Also, he did get the farm and the wood upgrade because scout builds typically bring that for you. So I know losing 3 villagers hurts, but I could see a world where he has a lot of control soon because he'll have skirms, archers, and scouts. Nope. Not going to have as many scouts now. Another villager goes down. You can tell SongSong thought that army had come home. Capoch being super annoying with that. He looped away. Army didn't track him, and then he just decided to come right back to those berries. SongSong will chase that down now. Would like to see Capoch maybe consider mixing in some Eagles here. You could play into skirmishers and archers up against the Britons, but you might not feel so good about that if the game goes long. Check the wood line on the right from SongSong. This? That's not really the right. This is the right? I'm not sure what you mean. He's fine. There's no overchop if that's what you meant. Capoch just defending himself with spears. Which is kind of funny. Spears and skirmishers like an I would as he tries to run away. Sorry, left. Oh, you mean this. Yes, there is a hole there. There is a hole there. But I think SongSong saw the army. And he might get paranoid here in a second. He might be like, wait a second. Like, if he clicks behind and his army starts to go that way, it might get lucky and find it. Obviously, right now, both players are focused over here. Okay, I think he knows there's a hole. I think he's expecting an army. This is from playing thousands of games. This could save him. Realizing that that army... Oh, my God, that's so good. That is so good. Now, he could still take losses, which is an issue. But if he just gets a couple walls down and then pulls the villagers to the trees, he's fine. I think there's still a hole there. Yeah, pull the villagers to the trees. Now you're fine. Dang, that was great game sense. Yeah, these archers are going to be trapped now. And those are some precious kills there for SongSong. SongSong has used the market to click up. And he clicks up at the same time as Capoch. Capoch with 4 archers, 3 spearmen. And SongSong with 6 archers. And I said spearmen, sorry. 4 archers, 3 skirmishers. And then we have 7 archers, 2 skirmishers. So the archer number is in favor of our Britain player SongSong. But yes, that could have been disastrous for him. Still is problematic. If you're selling off your stone with a civilization that has very cheap TCs, that is not a great sign. It's something stupid like 120 wood per town center. Someone told me this recently. If the Britons were introduced tomorrow as a new civilization, everyone would be losing their minds. You guys agree with that statement? I actually think it's a pretty fair outlook. Now, I'm not out here saying that Britons are quite as OP as maybe like Hindustanis or Gujaras right now, but think about it. Archer ranges work faster, and they have 8 range in their crossbows and castle age, and like freaking 11 or 12 range with their archers in imp. The town centers only cost like 120 wood. They also have pretty solid nightline. It's not bad. They get full blacksmith upgrades. So I've been trying to revisit that, have that perspective with some of the newer civs because, you know, we get used to certain things, and then when new stuff comes out, we're like, you know. The Britons have some insane bonuses. Now, again, it's sad, though, that you don't have stone. I guess that's why he's mining it now to get it back. That's pretty smart. I was going to say, you got to get some TCs down. Especially after losing villagers like that, you've got to go for town centers. At least 1 extra town center. Capoch making a full switch here. I'm curious on if he saw this army. This is an important moment in this game. He does know it's there. So he knows it's there, and he will be able to kill this. As much as I love the town centers, I've always talked about how you do need to maintain that archer mass with the Britons. Feels like Capoch is trying to do... SongSong's trying to do a mix of everything, and was a little late with these upgrades here. Odd Canero still not in. The Eagles are going to chase back these crossbows, and there's the TC. If SongSong is able to keep this archer mass alive just by backing away to his town center area, I think this can be really good. He just has to keep production going from a couple ranges and sit back behind his walls for the time being. But there's a lot of bodies on the ground there, and I think Capoch will be happy with these kills. And for now, Capoch is going to be committed to Eagles. But that, for me, is not a disaster for SongSong. At the end of the day, his eco is going to be pretty solid. And he still has a considerable crossbow mass to work with. Also could even add the 3rd town center soon. SongSong is up against Capoch, who's on 2. We'll see if number 3 comes up for Capoch. Obviously, he's paying full price. There will be 3 TCs for SongSong. I think gold is going to be an issue for him in the long run. This gold needs to be locked down. This gold's also pretty far forward. I like how he full walled this so Capoch couldn't run in and try and raid. Obviously, gold's here, stone here. Lots of resources he needs to lock down. There's always a question of, do you add siege against the Britons? And I would maybe go for the third town center first if I were Capoch, but I really like the idea of adding siege, even though they have that extra range. But they could micro down all your siege, and you could have some big problems. Also, there's a stable here, so there's not a lot to stop SongSong. I mean, he doesn't have the food right now because he's booming, but there's not a lot that says the SongSong can't make a knight to snipe the siege. So I can understand any perspective on it. And then you're going to have TC number 3 for Capoch. 42 villagers versus 51. Capoch with the lead there. But it is 22-21 with the KD. And it's anyone's guess as to who is going to flow better in the mid game here. I feel like the Eagle player is going to want a hole in a wall. And the Archer player probably will not move out until he's got 30+ crossbows, maybe even with ballistics. Very greedy with eco upgrades, SongSong. And I like that too. I like how greedy he was here. To get the wood and the farm upgrade. It's going to be very helpful, especially because you save so much wood in the long run. And what do you need if you're Britons or any Archer Civ? You need a lot of wood. So not having to reseed those farms in 4 or 5 minutes time is just going to mean that his resources are looking sky high. Couple crossbows over here. Not everything, though. Couple crossbows over here. I say a couple. He's at 27, guys. And he is dropping a university. He's also very heavy on stone, which makes me think that he wants to go for an eventual defensive castle. Or maybe the classic Mr. Yo style offensive castle right on Capoch's face. I don't think mixing in skirms would be super valuable right now. I think it was about gaining a lead with the Eagles. This is a great Arabia game. This is very close. Still could swing either way. I think if you have the right kind of player with 30 Briton crossbows, this is where Britons start to dominate. But you have to be able to control your economy and also micro the crossbows, and it's not so easy to do that. I'm waiting for a new Civ bonus making archers run faster. That would be so OP. Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen. But then again, the Grajaras exist. So, the Burgundians exist. So, who knows, man. You know what I was thinking about recently? And here comes the Siege Workshop for Capoch. Again, I think the reason he didn't do it earlier was because he needed wood for his farms. And he needed the wood for the third town center. But I don't mind doing it now to just apply a little bit more pressure. But do you guys remember? I don't know. Tell me how long you've been watching my content. For many of you, it might just be like 1 to 2 years. But I think 2019, the Persians had faster working TC starting in Dark Age. And everyone was losing their minds over it, and it eventually got nerfed. Do you guys remember that? That's insane to me. It's like, oh, yeah, they basically have one free vill because their TC works faster in Dark Age. It's so OP. We got to nerf it. And then the devs come out with all these expansions. And now it's like, someone proposed recently to bring that back because it's nothing compared to Civs now. I mean, Civs are just, as a whole, much stronger now, which I actually think is good for the game, by the way. I think you got to have as good a balance as possible, but I just, looking back, I'm like, oh my god, their TCs work 5% faster? Whoa. Oh, geez, we got to nerf it. Oh my goodness, what a fight this is going to be. What a fight this is going to be. Loved the foresight from SongSong to realize that he was going to need a castle here. What he does not know, though, is that there's siege. So how's your micro, SongSong? How's your micro? Again, this is why the siege thing is a little questionable, because I still don't know if you can push this. But I do like this position behind the wood line. Also, you can tell I'm getting excited. You can't see this, but I'm motioning with my hands. I'm not moving with the mouse because I'm motioning with my hands. I'm that type of guy. If I'm like telling a story or whatever in person, I'm pointing at stuff and moving my hands all around. But guys, Capoch could drop a castle on this hill, and he wants to go up to the Imperial Age to push this all down. But this is a dangerous mass of crossbows, and the Eagles just don't really stand a chance right now. So the siege is needed, but I don't know if this is enough to make... Oh, it is nice! Not as nice as I thought when I screamed. Let's see if this castle goes up. You could tell SongSong really wants to deny it. He knows that in theory he could. But Capoch is doing the right thing. I think he sent enough villagers. And he's sacrificing some eagles just to push it back. Now he needs to run away. Dang. Give Goths back free loom. Give Incas back armor upgrades for their villagers in feudal age. How about that? I missed that, man. Barracks now for SongSong. He's worried about all-in eagles, and he should be. There is a concern in my mind, and this is a very hard balance. But what do you spend your food on here? Do you save your food for Arbalest? Do you save your food for Bracer and for Chemistry? I think that's got to be yes. Or do you start to spend your food on Longswordsman? Keep in mind, you've got to go for the Man-at-Arm upgrade, Longsword, supplies is somewhere in there, Two-Handed Swordsman. That's going to take time. And so right now, we have our answer. He is starting to think about upgrading and tech switching fully. For Capoch, he's getting ballistics right now. I think that's a good tech to get, even if you're not going for a lot of archers, because you have a castle. And look at the vision from Capoch. Capoch has an eagle over here, a spearman, on the stone, on the gold. This is amazing vision. Look at this. Look at it. I love it when plays like this are rewarded too. But now he'll see SongSong's mass is actually over here. And SongSong will get a TC up on that gold. It probably will be Elite Eagle for Capoch, but he's definitely thinking about mixing in range units. I don't like the idea of committing to Plumed Archers fully, though, because your castle's forward. So if you're going to go range units, I would say maybe consider going Skirmishers. A little surprised to not see relics yet, but at the same time, maybe I'm not, because there's been so much fighting in this game, so much straight booming. 49 crossbows and counting for SongSong. He will get additional range when he's in the next stage. He is getting longsword, but he doesn't quite have the numbers that he will want yet. Now, what I could see being a problem for SongSong, I mean, obviously it's great to have your army out in the front, but if he goes for Trebs, those Trebs can be sniped by eagles if he doesn't have the support of his army. So he's hoping to have enough support with the longswords, I guess, to be able to defend his trebuchets. Capoch is also going for Trebs. But Capoch doesn't have Elite Eagle yet, guys. If you want drama and you want craziness at the conclusion of this group, you'll be rooting for SongSong right now. If SongSong could go 2-1 on Capoch, this group is going to be insane, man. He's got a massive ball. He still doesn't have Arbalest. This is what I talked about. You have to max out and get Arbalest. He also is getting raided over here by Capoch, who's soon about to have Elite Eagle. For the love of God, SongSong, please get Arbalest. He is getting it now. He's 40 seconds off from getting it. Elite Eagle's now in, though, for Capoch. So keep in mind, he's really been scared of this force. He pulled off of a lot of resources here. He does have this gold now, so he can make more eagles. There's 30 eagles, guys. There's 30 of them. Arbalest isn't in. 10 seconds till Arbalest. Can Capoch clear this? I think he can clear it. I mean, you have everything you need here except for Eldorado. You don't necessarily need to have the final attack upgrade. It's all about the tankiness. Now, important moment over here. As the Trebs are still firing, and look at SongSong. He goes underneath the castle fire with long swords of all things. Desperate to take the Treb. And Capoch, as we still see this engagement happening over here, will lose his Treb, but still try and hold his position. 145 population for both players, and SongSong might be regretting having moved out with those Arbalests now. And there's pros and cons to any decision. I think a lot of other players probably would have waited to get the barracks up, waited to invest into the longsword upgrades, and gone full Arbalest first. I think you could have accomplished a whole lot more. He's trying to do everything, right? Just the order of events was a little bit off. The Eagles are still killing the Arbs. This castle could be fully denied. And Capoch is still over here. And SongSong is completely out of stone. If Capoch can get enough Eagles to snipe these Trebs as well, Capoch might just win this game here. This castle will not go up. And wow, what a hold from Capoch. What a crazy couple moments here. The castle's denied at 99%. He's going to finish it now. So he finishes it, but dang, the castle goes down. The castle goes down on this side. And guys, SongSong taps out. He loses this game. It looked like a couple minutes ago like he could have won the game. Capoch gets important 2 wins. What a series that was, man. And what a 5 minutes that was there in that game. You know, it's tricky when you're in SongSong's position because you've been sitting back the whole time. And right when you get that crossbow mass, you really want to use it. So I don't think moving out was necessarily a big mistake, because otherwise what happens is he probably just sits here the whole time, and he's sitting in the very corner of the map, and then he doesn't have a lot to secure this area of his map. So it's really tricky. I also am curious what would have happened if the Arbalest upgrade was in a little bit faster. I think maybe what those crossbows and those Arbalests have to be trying to achieve is they have to be eagle hunters until Elite Eagle's in. If you go back to, like, here. So maybe I went back too far. Okay, here. Look at how Capoch is playing it. Capoch's Eagle's over here. He knows this army's coming. He's going to eventually drop a castle. But all his Eagles are just running away. And if you go even a little bit further. Okay, so, like, maybe here, if you're SongSong, you're just like, okay, send Eagles this way. Let's try and snipe that. He's got Eagles here. Let's try and snipe that. Instead of moving all the way out, which obviously gives you some benefit because you can kill Eco and whatnot, and Capoch had to place a very defensive castle. But I think in the back of your mind, you still don't want to leave yourself exposed because you need that archer mast in combination with your long swordsman later. So I think you're just trying to kill eagle numbers as you slowly make your way back to your base. And then you protect your castle. You maybe add a few more farms. You eventually get more text with this swordsman. I think maybe that's how the flow of the game has to go. But still, it was just really well played from Capoch. There were a lot of questions asked of Capoch there because SongSong played so well defensively in Castle Age. And, I mean, look how close this game was. 36,710 resources versus 36,588. Yeah, that was a very good game and a very good series. And a series that I think both players will be somewhat satisfied with. So I am going to tab out now to this situation with the brackets, okay? And we're going to include this in the videos because this is the stuff that these group stages were meant for. So, let's see. Okay. Wow, is Dragonstar actually confirmed to be relegated? Really? That's not what we need to talk about. Anyways, we'll look at that later. So for SongSong, he's obviously lost every single set that he's played, but he will go up to 3 wins, which means he's tied with Slam, and they will both have 1 round left to play. Capoch, I think this was updated. Wait, no, I'm wrong. SongSong is up on 2 wins, so this is all updated. Yeah, because he only had 1 win before. So it's 2 points for SongSong, and then it's 5 points for Capoch. Capoch is pretty much safe from relegation, which is awesome for him now. But we will have to see exactly where he ends up. Actually, wait. He's not safe from relegation because he has a series to play against Slam. If Slam were to win 3-0 against him, and then backward to get any wins against SongSong, Capoch could still go down. So yes, this group is absolutely insane. Look at who's playing each other in the conclusion. We'll have backed for SongSong, so we will have what's now 4 versus 6. And then we'll have Capoch versus Slam, which is 3 versus 5. 3 games are played. Still potential, actually, for SongSong. Wait, is it possible for SongSong? Sorry, let me just think through this in my brain. So if he 3-0s backed, he goes up to 5 wins and is tied with backed. However, he has so many sets lost. No way. They would be tied. Right? Because it would be 4 sets lost versus 4 sets lost. And then they would go to a tie break if they were tied. And it would be head-to-head. Yeah, so SongSong, if he goes 3-0 against Backed, can actually do this? What? Dang. Okay, anyways, I hope that didn't confuse more of you. But basically, that group's pretty insane. Okay?